Hello my readers, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to read Dragons Can't Eat Snow Cones. Yeah, I never thought about it, but that would be hard for a dragon to eat a snow cone. When a dragon wants a snow cone, he must proceed with care, in case a fireball melts it all until there's nothing there. Dragons can't eat snow cones, everyone would say, but the dragon wouldn't give up. He'd just find another way. There are so many flavors. Each one is a work of art. They all look so delicious. It breaks the dragon's heart. Each time the ice would melt, but he just wants one quick bite. So even though he fails, he tries all day and night. I am going to eat a snow cone. No ifs, ands, or buts. But he'd have to do it soon, before he went completely nuts. So he sat and began to think, and think, and think, and think, and think, and think, and think, till the sun started to sink. No littering. I should get some pointers, he realized with a start. He'd ask others who eat snow cones. His plan was very smart. The dragon went back to his cave to prepare without commotion. He collected all of his supplies and put his plan in motion. He could go and ask an owl, for he's heard that they are wise. Surely the owl can help him, and the dragon can get his prize. The owl gave him sage advice, just as he expected, and the dragon quickly took off to do as the owl directed. When a dragon wants a snow cone, he must eat from far away. He can set up a big slingshot to try and get his way, but he must be very careful when the slingshot is set to fire, because the cone could fly and pass him by, right into the mouth of a tiger. He could go and ask some fish where they swim in the blue sea. He stuck his face in the water, but the fish began to flee. And then he spied a fisherman reeling in his catch, and the dragon smiled to himself as an idea began to hatch. When a dragon wants a snow cone, he must be pretty sneaky if he doesn't want the ice to thaw and the cone to get all leaky. He can try a large hook at the end of a fishing rod, and away he casts to feast at last. But his plan just might be flawed. He could go and ask a penguin and get some help if he says please. The penguin told him soundly, eat it somewhere where you'll freeze. When a dragon wants a snow cone, he should go somewhere with a chill. So he hikes and hikes and hikes and hikes to the top of a big hill. But then in came a blizzard that piled snow upon his head. He got buried in a snowdrift, so frosty he almost fled. And on that chilly mountainside, the snow cone began to freeze. But I'm sad to say, it blew away when, achoo! He sneezed. He could go and ask a bat inside its deep dark cave. If it's a little spooky, he'll just have to be brave. Come inside, the bat called. It's nice and cool in here. Just come a tad bit closer. You have nothing to fear. And the light fades and fades and fades until everything is black. In fact, it was so very dark, he couldn't see his snack. He could go and ask a squirrel where it's digging in the dirt. Just bury it for later. The squirrel was quite curt. When a dragon wants a snow cone, he can't eat it right away. He can store it in the ground to enjoy later that day. So the dragon grabbed his shovel and dug and dug and dug, and with a satisfied nod, dropped the snow cone in the mud. With a big sweep of his tail, he covered it all up, and then he spied some gophers sipping tea from tiny cups. They invited him to join, and he did so with a smile. Then they kindly served him cake with biscuits and chamomile. They had such pleasant chit-chat and ate from itty-bitty bowls. Sadly, before he knew it, he forgot about his goal. He snacked on finger sandwiches as time dragged on, but then when he remembered it, the snow cone was gone, gone, gone. The clock continued to tick, 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 tock. Where could he have buried it? He searched under every rock. He could go ask a parrot while it fluffs its floofy wings. Pirates love snow cones. I have just the thing. So the two take off together and whiz through the sky, and when the pirates spot them, they retreat with a cry. When a dragon wants a snow cone, he can steal the pirate ship. He's sure that they won't mind if he borrows it for one trip. Pirate ships have cannons, which will come in handy. They can launch the cone into his mouth. This new plan was quite dandy. Before they get underway, they decide to do a test. The cannon fired with a bang, and the dragon became stressed. The parrot reassured him he'd used lots of cannons, though. If the parrot's own opinion, he was really quite the pro. They loaded up the snow cone, and the parrot's match was struck. But it launched at him so fast, he squeaked in fear and ducked. But before the dragon could even blink, it went overboard and began to sink and sink and sink and sink and sink. And the dragon thought, well, that stinks. It was a hopeless task. The ice was always soupy. He was so incredibly sad that his wings were getting droopy. He would never taste a snow cone. Oh, the devastation! He grabbed just one last cone and threw it in frustration. The snow cone sailed up the hill and landed with a plop. But then it began to roll, and it just wouldn't stop. It formed into a snowball, and it kept gaining speed, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, until it was a snow cone stampede. Crash! Into the snow cone stand. Syrups went every which way, splashing all over the snowball. It was all in disarray. But wait, the dragon thought, as he stood in the mess alone. When you tilt your head just so, it looks like a snow cone. It has every color and every flavor too. It's the biggest snow cone ever, and no one's here to eat it but you. And what is even better, he didn't need to rush. Since it's so very large, it wouldn't melt and turn to slush. The dragon wants a snow cone. He wants one very bad. So with a slurp and one big burp, it's the best he's ever had. It's greater than he's ever dreamed. There's nothing that can top it. But wait, what's that? Right over there. No, stop it. But he can't help but wonder, now that the snow cone is through, when a dragon wants a marshmallow, what must that dragon do? Well, toasted marshmallow is very good, but he might toast it so much it melts. Let's hope they make another book. Oh well, like and subscribe so we can see you in another story.